Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
My name's Braden.
My name's Sean.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dax.
Hey, Dax.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're Dax. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the facts with Dax.
Yo.
Oh,
There we
Dax
go.
with
That's the
Dax.
facts with Brayshawn, Ryan, Dax.
Yes, sir. This one,
We talk about
Tinder,
movies
and some.
and anime.
Shh! Don't say that.
Oh, no, yeah, we don't talk about anime. Anime's
Yeah,
dumb.
sorry.
You guys would never listen to anything about anime. We wouldn't ever do that. Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boys with our good friend Dax. What up, Dax?
Dude,
What up,
chilling,
Dad?
man.
Dude, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you.
We've wanted you for quite some time.
Thank you.
Thanks
We
for
have.
joining.
It's been a minute since we've been trying to get you on.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Is it?
Yeah.
not,
No,
dog.
I'm actually pumped. I'm actually pumped to be here.
We appreciate that, dude.
So how many podcasts have you been on?
Dude, this is numero uno.
This
is it.
So we are the casting couch
Yep.
of your podcast crew.
Exactly.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm a
Early
podcast
days.
virgin. You're.
I get
This
it.
is it.
I get it. Okay.
Say, let's.
This is first time, huh?
Yep.
I already got a title brewed
Alright,
up for this.
I don't. There's a number of ways we could go about these next couple of words, but
We'll skip.
I think
those
we'll
words.
just skip
We'll
them.
skip those. Yeah.
And keep them in our hearts.
Imagination.
Imagine,
Can do one.
dude. Okay, so we were when we were warming up, we were talking about if you liked hearing your voice because we played it back to make sure it sounded okay. And you said that you're comfortable with your voice, and we were saying that like at work, our mics pick up our voices and play it back to us.
Right.
And Braden wanted to talk about that.
Well, it's just weird because so many people, when someone hears a voicemail with their voice or hears something of them talking, a Snapchat, whatever it may be, they're always like, "Ooh, my voice sounds so bad." Why do people say that? I've never had that. I'm always like, yeah, I sound fine. I sound like myself, I think.
I think it's.
You know?
I think I always considered it to be more of like an uncanny valley kind of thing. Like your words are saying it, but it doesn't sound the same to you.
What?
And so, no, do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
it's like completely.
No, I get what you're saying.
Your
It's
words
like
are-
it sounds so familiar, and yet it's just so slightly off that it's weird. That it's so much more weird than if you just heard somebody repeat the words back to you in someone else's voice.
I think it's
Yeah.
weird because it's your voice that you hear all the time, every day, but you're not speaking at the time of you hearing it.
Right. I
And it's
think
like a
I
weird
see.
part to it,
I think
you
that's
know?
part of it, but I think the biggest part is that it sounds like you. It talks like you, but
It's just barely.
doesn't sound like at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's not how you hear your voice every minute.
Yeah, I get
Because
that.
sometimes when I listen to the podcast or even older ones, and then I don't know the words that I say.
Yeah.
But you know what you're gonna say, or you know what you would have said, and then it turns out you saying that.
Yeah.
That's something that always throws me for a loop within podcasts.
Yeah, no, that's a trip.
That's just weird that you know yourself enough.
I hate it. I always thought I never thought about it until now, but I like hearing my voice when I'm talking to someone
Yeah.
because it sounds like then it's 2 against 1. There's 2 of me, lady. I'm not gonna give you a refund. Dog.
Yeah, so you were talking about that at work.
At work.
There's
all 3 of you work at a call center.
Right.
We work at Cricket,
You work at
dog,
Cricket, and it echoes, so you hear yourself all day.
ever so lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just kind of just a little bit of an echo kind of in the background. It's if someone has you on speaker, that
Then it's
drives me
annoying.
nuts.
Start,
It's annoying. Yeah.
Really?
No, but the
That's a
actual
trip.
sound of my voice itself doesn't shock me when I hear it played back because it's I hear it for hours every single day.
Yeah. What if you didn't work at Cricket? Then would it bug you, or are you just like, yeah, it's like my voice. It's whatever.
I know what I
Some people
like.
exaggerate it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of exaggerated when a lot of people like make a big scene about it. It is weird to like watch yourself like in a video. You're like, like
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah.
I feel like it's like one of those things though where it's like how like it's kind of like a fad in a way. Like do you remember when everyone made a big deal about the word moist?
Yeah.
And it was like a group, like just this group
of quirky,
chaos. It was like, oh, I'm so
people.
quirky. I hate the word moist. What are some other cursed words? I hate that.
Oh, I hate crevice.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
like,
you.
oh, okay. Okay, dog.
All right, sweet.
right.
So, this first date's not going that well.
I'm just saying I'm not like other girls. I listen to Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
And I shop at Urban Outfitters.
Honestly, I have so many Patagonia tumblers, like water bottles. Like, I also love the outdoors. I love to hike.
Would you ever?
Let's go on an adventure.
What's going on? Classic. The classic Tinder bio.
Dax. Oh, speaking of Tinder,
Oh.
you're.
Oh no.
You dabble? Do you dabble?
Dude, I swipe, man.
You
I
swipe?
swipe. Not for men. No, not often.
Only recreational, right?
I recreationally swipe on,
Oh, yeah.
on Tinder.
I like
you know.
That's tight.
That made it sound way more cool.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
swipe.
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah.
It's like you smoke. And you're like, yeah. that's
Yeah.
cool.
You burn, bro?
It's like those like Dr. Scholl's commercials. Like, you gelling? I'm gelling.
Yo, you swiping, dog? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm swiping.
Yeah, I'd be swiping.
Yeah.
So
No.
what is like the most cliched like Tinder bio or
Oh,
or,
man.
things about Tinder?
Dude, let
'Cause
me-
we haven't really ever talked about Tinder.
We've talked about Tinder a little, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you like on Tinder? Don't be embarrassed. It's okay.
everybody.
I have
Who
a
is it?
Tinder. I
But like,
wouldn't
get
say
on
I
it?
like. So I probably get on at least every other day.
Okay.
I'm not like I have been at different points. Like I've waited
Comes in waves.
Well, the thing about it comes in waves. I'd say,
Okay,
but
I get
you
that.
have like a 12-hour period where once you're out of swipes, you got to wait. You know.
Yeah.
I have waited like 12 hours on the dot, like ready before. But I guess like kind of where I'm at right now, I'm kind of over it a little bit. So it's a little bit more casual.
Cool.
But
just a casual swiper now.
casual
yeah.
swiper now and then. Yeah.
I was thinking about going pro, and then I sprained my knee.
Yeah.
Thinking about getting Tinder Plus, paying $5.99 a month to.
Is
see
it
who likes me.
monthly?
I think so.
It
It's like-
is, man.
Did you ever have Tinder Plus,
Oh,
Dax?
no. Heavens no, man.
Did you ever drop the super like?
Dude, every once in a while, but
Yeah.
you know what, man?
Does it ever work out?
Well, it's not really for the sake of the super like. It's just kind of like you're out of likes and you're like, man, like I swear as soon as you're out, that's when the hot girl comes on. You're like,
Yeah.
bro.
Someone in the algorithm knows that.
No, they do, man. And I swear they do it to get you to
Right.
get you to buy the thing.
That would be interesting. Like the one who, like maybe like statistically, they have whoever gets the most swipes.
Like the
Or
most,
maybe it's
yeah.
even more advanced than that, where it's like, okay, you normally swipe on this type of girl in this demographic that falls into this category.
That'd be impressive.
That would
if
be
you could
cool.
find that.
Well,
I
Netflix,
honestly bet it is
Netflix
like
kind of does
super
something like
complex.
that because Netflix, you'll notice like on all of their previews, that it's
Yeah.
rarely like the theatrical poster. It's not because it doesn't fit in there. It's because Netflix makes custom thumbnails to
Okay.
appeal to different people. So if you're someone who watches action movies with girls, even non-action movies, it'll frame the girl in a way that looks like an action movie.
What actually?
And it will base
That's
it
dope.
on movies that you watch the most of. So if you watch a movie for 5 minutes and turn it off, it recognizes that you watched it and weren't interested in it. So it doesn't just record, oh, you watched it, so it's not going to like mess up your YouTube, like YouTube recommendations. Like every time Haley's like, hey, let's watch a James Charles video, and for
Yeah.
like 3 months it's like James Charles shit. And I'm continuously swiping and saying not interested, stop seeing this. So it's like it varies like your watch time into like how much you like things. So I wonder if Tinder would do something like that.
No, it does.
It does. You
There's
really-
there's this like little thing where like it'll show like once you've like swiped through like a few things, then you'll get to like this point where like it's like here are some super likable girls. And like it'll give you like
that's
4
new.
panels of like girls.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, here's some that we think you might like. So if you like, you can super like them. And so then you can like look through like these profiles and everything and kind of like, you know, shop around and see if they're like worth like a super like, or if you think that you'd have a shot with them.
It's like when you go into the store and you only have $10 in your pocket. So you're like, how am I going to spend this $10? Do I need to save it for another day?
Exactly.
That's insane.
But yeah, it's weird because like I don't know if like they're just like girls that are like, you know, liked heavily in the area. Or if they're like catering to like what you like. Like it's kind of weird because I've kind of looked in at these girls. They're all really pretty, but like they're kind of like they're kind of like in like my niche of like what I like. So like it's kind of eerie. And
right.
All four of them, or you're like, I like all of them. Like, who's gonna get my super like? You know,
give me all four.
It's like when I don't think we've ever felt, or I don't think we've ever been in such a worldwide position of like selling ourselves like cattle. Do you know what I mean? Like think about it like back in the day, because I was just thinking like when you were saying that, like when rich guys would go to buy a wife and they'd look at like 10 people or something, it would be like Mulan at the beginning. Right. And then so it's like we're doing that same shit with Tinder.
Yeah, you're kind of like, you know, it's like going to the
meat market, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
honestly,
the meat market is actually the coolest name I've ever heard for Tinder. That's actually pretty heat. The meat market. I swipe on the meat market. It's like I trade in stocks, dude.
Dude, I might delete the app after that, man. Oh, yuck.
Yeah. I think you should keep going for it. That man.
Cool. do you ever see? We went off track, but do you ever see any weird bios on Tinder or any like funny ones? Yeah. Sometimes I see funny ones on like meme pages, and I'm like, I'm like, that's funny. Like,
some girls are funny.
No.
That's at least character progression from like
girls
6 months ago.
Some
like,
girls
are not
really
funny.
I would like to emphasize that some girls are funny.
But most guys are funny.
Most guys are funny. Yeah. I hope we get some backlash for that.
I don't know. I wonder what I want to know the demographic of our. We'll get back to demographics of our audience.
It's probably like all guys.
It's probably all dudes.
They hear this stuff and they just like.
It's all just me.
I don't know.
It's all just our friends in Germany.
Germany. What up?
What up, Germans? We need to learn some German speak.
Do we?
Yeah, we'll just watch Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll pull it up on a soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had Tinder for a week, like forever ago, and I only had it for a week, and then I deleted it. So I didn't really get to see the funny side of girls that. I worded that wrong. Anyways.
Yeah. No, I honestly don't think. Like every once in a while, you'll see one that's like, that's clever, but it's usually like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it's usually like kind of dad joke clever, but like kind of in like a raunchy way,
like
almost.
A horny way. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's like the funny stuff, but for the most part, it really is like. There's two things. It's either like, let's see. It's like either like I'm adventurous or take me on an adventure, or it's here's my Instagram, which is I basically don't use this. I just use this to get Instagram followers, you know. No. But those are kind of the main things you see. Every once in a while, you'll find like kind of the diamond in the rough of like dirty dad joke. Yeah, that's like. That's the bomb. Yeah.
Is that a swipe right? You swipe right on
of
that?
course, man.
If it's a good caption.
Well, it's got to fit like some other criteria as well. But
it's a weighted decision.
Of course, man.
It's on a bell curve.
But that funny bio is getting you points.
Yeah,
it is. Ladies, if you're listening. Put a dirty dad joke in your bio.
Yeah,
not too dirty, not too dirty, and not too dirty. It's got to be like
a good balance.
It's got to be like a good like I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be one of those jokes where you kind of got to read between the lines a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
like for the kind of raunchy effect. But
the one that I always think is funny that I see from time to time on like meme pages is the girl that has cancer, like she's bald, but she says you can't pull my hair, but you can slap the back of my head or whatever. I always think that's funny. I'm like, damn, like, you owned it. Or like, there's another one where like a girl only had like one arm, and she like had it in her like cover photo or whatever you call it. And it was like a joke about a hand job, like she could only use one arm for it, something like that. I don't know. It was funny though.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Like, they're like owning up to what's wrong, and they're like, yeah, like
Hell yeah.
I'm funny at least.
I mean, we obviously
Your feet or something.
don't see what like the guys put, but what is like the cliche guys thing? Do you know?
Your height.
Your height.
Oh.
6
I'm
foot,
6
6 foot 2.
6'2". I am 6'2",
I'm 6'2".
and then that's it.
That might be all you have to put.
What's in your bio?
Oh,
What's rocking the
I
bio?
actually just made. Everyone's gonna judge me probably.
Sean, do you have Tinder?
Yeah, I do.
What's in your bio?
It just says thanks for stopping by.
Oh, no, that's cute. That's right to the
minimalist,
point.
too.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
cool. Sean, you used to have a really cool profile picture. It was in your profile.
I
Can
did.
you
Yeah.
tell
Wait, are you talking about the?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
What
was.
it?
So I had a leaf on my face.
Uh-huh.
The thing was that it was covering my face, which
The whole thing?
not
Yeah.
like the whole thing, but like I mean, you couldn't see who I was.
Ah.
So
I thought,
like,
didn't you poke holes?
yeah, I mean, I poked like holes.
That's actually awesome. Cool leaf mask.
Didn't you have like glasses?
Yeah, I had, like,
to hold it
glasses.
together.
So like I poked holes in this leaf, put it on my face, put the glasses over it, and that was like my first photo. See, my mentality of it was, okay, so first off, I think a little too much about my Tinder profile. Like I'll like go in like every now and then and like make edits and everything.
Uh-huh.
But like my mentality of this is all like, okay, so like I'll give them kind of like a taste, you know, like they'll think like who's behind the leaf. And then, you know,
It's like Batman. It's like part of the intrigue is who's the man behind
who's the man behind the leaf? And so then they'll have to swipe, look more in, they'll have to read my bio, things like that. Then they'll think, you know what? Maybe this guy is swipeable. But
Dude, that's the same format that J.J. Abrams uses to tell a story. The mystery box storytelling. Is you set up a mystery box at the beginning of the movie, and then the whole movie you spend your time investing yourself into the movie by asking what's in the box.
Exactly.
And so you are doing that. You did that on Tinder.
Exactly.
I like that. No, that's good.
What about matching with guys?
See, but here's the
matching with guys. Wow. What a time.
Matching with. Did you match with guys? Were you trying to make friends?
Trying to make friends.
Were you actually?
They were not
Didn't work
looking
out
for
so
friends, though.
No. See, that's the thing. Is that Tinder is a very what's the word? Well, it's a dating site.
Yeah.
So, you know, like if you flick that switch to like both guys and girls, then you might find like some really friendly looking guys there, but the thing is they're looking for a little bit more.
They're all really motivated by something else.
Yeah, you know, they'll be nice to you at first, and then like, you know, they'll ask like, "Hey, like I don't know, like,
Top or bottom?
top or bottom?
You're like, of a bunk bed? Top.
Do you like leather?" Of course I do. For my wallets.
I like upholstery more than leather personally. I'm not much of a seat warmer kind of guy, but I kind of get hot in summer. Yeah.
So you kind of shied away. You pulled out your phone,
No,
looked at your bio.
I
and
did.
then-
I had to actually take a look at it because I just downloaded it like just this last maybe a week ago.
Tinder?
Yeah,
Oh, so you're fresh on the
Well,
Tinder grind.
I've had Tinder.
Yeah,
I do
okay.
it. So I go. It comes in waves.
Okay.
It comes in waves.
Heavy waves. I see.
But I pretty much just put like some basic interests. I said I like skiing, mountain biking, and good movies. Like
Hell yeah.
to the point. It just like I don't know. It's really basic, but it gives. I mean, that's something for everyone to kind of.
It's
have
enough to
something
start the conversation, right?
I hope so, man.
Not
We'll
that.
see.
Not that I don't have any experience on. I don't know how. Anyways.
See, yeah, you don't need a Tinder right now. You got
shape.
Yeah, I do. I do have shape, but I was with Bronson, and he has
right.
Tinder,
Uh-huh.
and he was on Tinder, and I was like, "Can I scroll through that?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure." So I had full jurisdiction of his Twitter for like 10 minutes. We were driving home,
Right.
and this was like the other night. Like Shay was in the car with me. We were both scrolling through Tinder on Bronson's Tinder, and there were so many girls that just put the phone, like when they take their profile picture,
Over their face.
right over their face.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like, and it's like right when I see that, I'm like, yeah, I don't even want to scroll through your pictures. I just want to like get to the next one because I know you're already playing.
I don't think it's about playing because, like, I get
What is it?
I get that it's like a probably a confidence thing.
Think so?
Which I think is sad in and of itself. But I think the biggest tell is like if they're not confident with themselves, like obviously like Tinder, if you're just going to hook up and have fun, like that's cool. But like for like a relationship, which it's like a dating app,
Yes.
like if you're going for someone who's like not confident in themselves at all, like you're gonna have a hard time just with that relationship.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But also it's like, what are you hiding? I don't want to know anyway.
Right.
There's both sides of it.
Someone made a fake Tinder for me in Washington.
When was that?
Wow.
This was like a month ago.
Did you name yourself like George Washington?
No, I didn't make it. Someone else did.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like that's kind of like weird to shave. I was like, okay,
No,
cool.
no. Someone else made one and used my pictures.
Nice.
And
No, that's
Results. That probably felt good.
I don't know. I guess. Well, it's because my friend from high school, Amy, she was scrolling through Tinder and saw me a mile away in Washington, and then she texted me and she was like, "Someone made a fake Tinder review," and I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I'm flattered.
Someone's like catfish. Well, there was like that meme, like last week that I sent in the group chat where it was like a guy DM'd this other guy and said, "Hey, I've been using your pictures to catfish this girl, and she's sending me nudes, but she wants one back. Can I have a nude?" He's like, "Sure thing, on me, buddy." No. To him, and he's like, "Thanks, dog." And then all the comments were like, "Dude, that dude just got a gay nude from you." So I don't know. I could go either way. Like,
No, either he got a gay nude from you, or you just helped a guy catfish a girl,
which is
probably worse.
Yeah, that is worse. when you
Either
think about
way.
it, but it's kind of funny.
Either way, it's pretty funny.
It's
Either
funny.
way.
That's awesome.
Well, Tinder.
Yeah.
You proposed the idea of a Tinder for the podcast,
Yeah, I was thinking
like months ago, like probably almost like a year ago.
Yeah,
That's another
it's-
thing.
which
I
would've
put
been
like some
hilarious.
info for the podcast on the Tinder too.
That's right.
Oh,
Did spread
That's
the
right.
word.
Nice.
So I'm saying
You
we
gotta
could
plug
have
it.
like in the name, it's like
Just a nice
Brayshawn and
plug.
I, and it's us three in the picture, and it's like swipe right to be a guest or something. I don't
Yeah,
remember what
like
said.
we like even I was thinking about doing like if we were to collect stories of people from Tinder, like their crazy Tinder stories.
That would be
Ooh,
cool.
And then it would be
hey.
kind of local too, and so it would like
Yeah.
turn into like a thing. I
That-
think
that'd be
cool.
No,
funny.
that'd be wild.
But
That'd be fun to listen to.
I don't think
Oh,
me
yeah.
and Bray should manage the Tinder.
I
So
could be on
Sean,
the
if you
Tinder
wanted
side.
to. Sean tends to really analyze what he says on Tinder.
It's true.
I feel like every
think-
guy does.
No,
though.
No, I
to the
think a
point
lot
where he
about it.
doesn't he doesn't send things.
That's
I
what
don't
Bronson does
actually.
as well. It's kind of fun.
No, like I haven't. No, I don't message anybody on Tinder.
That's fine.
It's weird. Like I was actually thinking about that last night. Like I was thinking, like, why don't like I ever like talk to anybody?
Uh-huh.
And so I kind of broke it down a little bit last night.
Uh-huh.
I still don't know the reason entirely,
Okay.
but yeah, for whatever reason, I'm just always editing my Tinder, but never talk to anybody on
And
there.
you spent a lot of
Well-
time like in the picking process.
Yeah.
too.
No, I'm
like-
really picky.
Yeah,
Oh,
like-
it's so interesting to me. I don't know. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't get it. Like,
Mhm.
still kind of analyzing that myself. But I mean, like, I think like kind of like the reason why like I keep up with my profile is that like I like to let people know that like I'm out there. You know, like kind of like, you know, like I'm out there, I'm available, but like
the legend lives on.
the legend lives on.
Like this
I
man
like
is
that.
walking the streets somewhere. He's out there. Lettuce man is out there.
That's awesome.
Lettuce man?
Leaf man.
Lettuce
I always
man.
thought, in my head, it was always a thing of lettuce. Was what I always thought it was. But it
Yeah,
was,
no,
a leaf.
it was like a oak leaf.
Oh, that's
Luckily, not poison oak. Well, no,
Mm.
maple leaf.
Oh well, no poison.
No. Poison maple. It was.
So Dax, what's up, dude?
dude. Not much, man. Just
What's on your mind?
well, I guess now like just kind of the dating scene in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Been on any crazy dates?
I actually haven't been. Oh,
Oh.
sorry, I'm getting away from the thing. So what's been on my mind, I guess, is mostly kind of what we've been talking about. Kind of just like the dating scene in general. I tend to not like Tinder so well. Actually, I like meeting people in real life.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
that's a little better. But I don't know. I don't want to beat the Tinder thing like a dead horse. I have been thinking about movies as well.
That's right.
Okay.
We love
Dax
movies.
is a
Ryan helped
man.
me with a list. I made the list. He helped me kind of
A
prioritize
list of
movies he wants to see,
need
his
to
watch
watch.
list.
need to
Watch
list.
list.
I was so like both flattered and kind of not. My feelings weren't hurt, but the way he texted it to me, he said, "Hey, I made a list of movies if I want to, or that I want to see. Let me know if any of these movies are not worth my time, and I could take them off." And I was like flattered that you held my opinion so highly that like, oh, don't watch that movie that you put on your list. But then I was also kind of sad. I was like, dude, like, who does he think I am? Like, I don't know.
It was like
But-
Ryan's seen all of these.
Ryan, these movies are only good enough for Ryan. I was like, oh no.
No.
No, I was flattered. I was
Dude,
amazing with-
you've seen a ridiculous amount of
I
movies.
do. I love movies, man.
I know you
do.
And me and Ryan are okay. I enjoy movies if I'm really in, like invest in the movie. I'm like, oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
But me and Ryan are like polar opposites when it comes to just. I'm like I go to Walmart, I go to the blue bin. I'm like, I pick one up. I'm gonna watch this. I don't do that, but I know Ryan does.
I haven't done that in a long time. To be honest.
He used to have stories. He used to be like, yeah, I spent like 20 minutes in the blue bin today diving.
We did used to have a
That's
problem, right? 'Cause
awesome.
My movie collection really didn't start until
like a year,
about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. You
2
think?
years ago, I probably didn't have very many movies. I think it was actually when I bought La La Land. I bought La La Land, and then after that, I was like, I wanted to start collecting movies and building like a collection, and then I just really got into like expanding my movies. But yeah, it was interesting because we started at work, and that's how I met Dax. So I was like training, and I was just like listening to one of his phone calls. And I saw in one of his projects that he was making was like a Reservoir Dogs one. And then you took a break and we just started talking about movies because I was like, dude, I saw your Reservoir Dogs thing. That was tight. And so, yeah, dude, that's kind of like how we started being friends was movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what are some movies that you've had on your mind?
Oh, dude, so my brother always has some good recommendations for me as well. And there's some of the ones that he's told me to watch, some of the ones you've told me to watch that have crossed over. Probably the main one that I've been told to watch is Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz is
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah, dude. Anything by
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright is gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be a way good time. Dude, that Hot Fuzz is probably like my desert island movie.
Yeah.
Like it's up there with my favorite movies of all time, but it's like a movie that I could watch so many times and not ever get sick of. But Braden just saw Baby Driver.
Ooh.
Which Dax, that was one of your favorite movies when we first talked. You were saying that was like one of the movies that impressed you the most. And Bray, you liked it.
I really enjoyed it. It's in like, I would say it's in like my top 10.
Yeah, which is awesome.
It's good. Like it's cool. Like top 10's good. It's a solid. But like I've probably seen like a fraction of what you guys have seen.
Right.
Like, I don't watch that many movies, so I don't know how impressive it is. But it was really different. It was a good movie. And you also told me to watch it for like how many months?
Oh, months.
He gave me. I still have it. But he gave me the Blu-ray. He was like, "Hey, watch this," and I was like, "Sure." And then it was like 2 or 3 months, and like he wouldn't just like leave it like for like a month, and he was like, "Hey, do you still have my copy of Baby Driver?" Like every time we like
I
podcasted,
was like, dude, have
he
you
was
seen
like,
it yet?
"Have you watched it?" I'm like, "Nah." He's like, "Why don't you like watch it tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I could watch it." It's just like I'm like in a different tier of the movie realm than you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
It's
that's the thing though. Like movies are for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even though you're not watching one. Like me and Sean probably close on average like a movie a day.
shit. Really?
Yeah, almost.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
I think you watch a little more movies than I do. Like
Yeah.
you'll usually watch a movie and then I'll kind of like wait for your recommendation and then I'll watch that movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's
so
just like
I just love them. Like I don't know. I love.
I just know if I'm sitting down for a movie, I'm like, this is gonna be at least an hour and a half.
Right. See,
And I'm like, how dedicated am I at that point?
I
you
feel
know?
like actually, like me and you were different in that same aspect, but I also think that I'm the same way with video games that you're the same way with movies. Because I can play video games
Yes.
and I enjoy them,
Uh-huh.
but I really can't sit down and do them often. like maybe if I'm watching or playing a game with you,
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun, like co-op games or like Lego Star Wars. That also is like nostalgia, but
Yeah. It's different.
I think me and you are kind of the same in that way.
Yeah, because I'll play video games all day long. Or like, because it's like I'm always like interacting with it. I'm always there playing, doing something. Like it's like keeping my attention span there.
Yeah.
Or it's a movie like Baby Driver. Like the opening scene was really good.
So
that's what hooked me.
Yeah.
But like other movies where it has like a slower opening, I'm like.
Right.
Do I want to watch this? And like I'll finish it. Of course I'll finish it, but it's like I'm like watching it and I'm like I'm kind of bored. Like you know, like some movies do that.
Yeah.
Baby Driver was awesome. That opening scene was dope.
It was really good.
So like from the start I was like invested. I was like, yeah, I want to finish this.
Yeah.
But
see, I was actually a little lukewarm to Baby Driver when I first saw it. So maybe in a year or something, if you watch it again, you'll love it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, no, the first time I watched it, I really enjoyed it, but I also thought it was kind of, in a way, really boring compared to his other stuff. Like, I liked how his other stuff felt
Wait, who's other stuff?
Edgar Wright, the director.
See, you guys talk about directors all the time. You were talking about Tarantino before. I assume that's a director.
It is, yeah.
Okay. I don't know a single director.
Right.
Besides, like, who's the one with the explosions?
Michael Bay?
Yep.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
I can see you're a big fan of his work.
Transformers, Pearl Harbor.
Just, the guy with the...
Anyways, yeah.
Dude, what was your movie that like started you off like on like getting like actually like getting like into movies?
Honestly, so probably I don't know, because I was always like a casual movie watcher growing up, just like kind of a normal person.
Yeah.
I would say probably the one that I watched that I just like really, really liked that kind of started making me think about movies a little bit different was The Breakfast Club.
So good.
It's like one of those like almost like, I don't know, I wouldn't have appreciated it if I was younger than I was when I watched it.
Yeah.
But that kind of got me into, I don't know, thinking that movies were more of an adult thing as well. And then from there, I mean, Pulp Fiction, and then just all sorts of stuff.
That's way cool, because I wasn't into movies, and I'll ask you after this that same question of what you got into it. But I wasn't into movies until like probably even after high school. Like I always liked watching movies, and then because I feel like my collection has been a long time coming, because my dad had like a huge VHS collection of movies.
I remember
like
that.
probably like 200 VHS, and then he probably had like 400 or 300 DVDs of movies, and so I feel like mine's been a long time coming. But I didn't really get into movies until kind of Sean he started recommending me like good movies, because like we would talk about things and you'd tell me about like Tarantino or David Lynch or someone like that, and I was like just so like amazed by it.
Yeah.
And so then I started watching these movies, and then I started like YouTubing like video essays on the movies or movie reviewers.
You started telling me that you were like watching like Nerd Writer.
Yeah,
and,
Nerd Writer. Like Now You See It, and just all of these video essayists. And so I just like fell in love with movies at that point. But Sean, I think I've heard your story. You've told me before, but what got you into movies?
It was our friend Cameron. He's been on the podcast before.
Yeah, episode 4.
Yeah, like he got me into movies. Like he kind of uncovered like this whole like layer of movies I didn't know like even existed. Like he told me about like Wes Anderson, told me about Quentin Tarantino, like kind of like all those guys that like I feel like you'll kind of start off with before like you start like kind of like diving deeper into like like other movies and stuff. So like we watched like I remember we like started like making like little like YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
And then like we'd make like a short, and then we would like watch a movie, and he started me off with like Moonrise Kingdom, which I thought was really cool, like it kind of like I really liked it. And then he let me borrow Inglourious Bastards. And
that is the movie, man.
Like the opening scene, like I was like, holy shit, like
yeah.
I want to know more about this movie. I want to know more about movies like beyond this. Like if there's like anything that like is like better than this or like equal to this, I want to watch it so bad. And then I just started like getting way into movies. I started like like buying like film equipment and stuff like that, because I thought like I wanted to be like a director or something. And And I just got like super into it. I started like recommending it to like basically everybody I knew, and man, it's just, I don't know. Movies are great. They're awesome.
You said you started recommending Glorious Bastards to everyone you knew? Or
yeah,
movies?
except my parents.
Okay. So it's like have you ever done DMT? But like,
Yo, you ever heard of this Tarantino guy?
Yeah, you ever seen
Bro.
a Quentin Tarantino movie?
Bro, have you ever heard of like
Fucking
Glorious
crazy.
Bastards? Dax, ever done DMT? That's good.
No, sir.
Bray, I actually started watching anime the other day again.
What
I got
was
into
it?
Hell
yeah.
I watched.
One Punch Man season 2 is out.
I
Hell
heard it wasn't very
You
good.
into anime?
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
What do you watch?
Oh,
Poison.
my favorite is got to be Cowboy Bebop.
Hell yeah.
I haven't finished it.
You have. That's right. You
That's
have Cowboy
good.
Bebop stuff at your desk.
He
Yep.
does.
And then
That's
I like Samurai Champloo. That's
seen that.
That
bomb.
was good.
Okay.
One Punch Man I've watched a little bit of, and it's damn funny.
It's so
I
funny.
think that's awesome.
So
yeah.
funny.
I had to sell Braden on that one for a long time too, and you were like,
Yeah.
I don't like superheroes. Like it's not gonna be funny
I've
to me. And I was like,
never
I
liked
know
it.
that, I know
It's damn
that, but
funny,
like,
man.
you're still gonna have a good time.
Yeah, no, it's a really good one.
I had to drag Braden into anime. Actually,
Ryan
I can
did.
take credit for that. I can take
Now
blame
he's
for
in
that.
a deep hole.
now you're deeper than I am.
I think I'm deeper than all of you.
Oh, easy,
Seriously.
easy, dude.
I don't know about Dax, but I'm pretty
for
far
sure
down there.
I fell out of it like about 2 years ago, and then I kind of got into it again with like One Punch Man and season
Yeah.
2 of Attack on Titan.
What did you watch the other day?
I actually I know it was like cringy, or it's not like liked in the anime community, but I started rewatching Sword Art Online
Okay.
because I kind of missed that. Like
Yeah.
that first season is so,
It's like the
or the
first
first
episode. It's
is
just
so
like
good.
shit. Yes, you know.
It's like, and
something about it.
that opening is so magical. Like it really is a banger.
It's seriously like the most nostalgic thing I can think of if I could represent one thing of me like 3 years ago, it's probably the opening to SAO.
Yeah,
Or
it's
Attack on
Asuna.
Asuna-kun.
It's Asuna.
We had an episode probably like 50, 45 episodes ago, something like that.
In defense of anime.
In defense of anime because it was seriously, we were like at that point in our podcast we were like riding high. Well, like we're riding higher right now. This is like the most we've ever had in a long
we were
time.
like we were getting like 300 downloads, 400 downloads, 500 downloads.
Yeah,
we were
we
at
were going
600
up.
downloads, and we're like, oh hell yeah,
We're
we've
going
got
up,
power.
we're going up. And then we drop In Defense of Anime, and it gets like 30 downloads total. Like no one watched
Oh.
it. I think it's just because it has anime in the title, and no one will give it a chance, man. No one will. It's
People
sad.
are mean, man.
People
it's
are
because
mean.
everyone hates anime before they watch it. Like whenever,
No,
it's like the
it's
weirdest,
weird.
most foreign. Why the hell would I watch that thing?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then you watch like 2 episodes of a show, and you're like, okay, I get it.
How'd you get into it?
So I watched. I mean,
there's like a story
like casually.
Yeah.
I guess like casually, I'd watch like the dubbed.
Like Naruto.
No,
Or-
I've never watched Naruto.
Naruto's fire.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay,
Oh,
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball's
Dragon
cool.
Ball Z. Like that's like a pretty safe one, honestly. And then I
Yeah,
mean, as
yeah.
a kid, Pokemon casually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, does
Um,
that count?
that counts.
Yeah,
I mean,
I-
technically,
Like, because like I would watch Pokemon as a kid, like, but it was on like what was it?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network, and I was like thinking about it now. Is it like I can't imagine that being an anime, you know, or them
Basically,
speaking
the criteria
Japanese?
for anime is that it's
A
is
Japanese
that like it's
cartoon.
animated and it was made in Japan.
Yeah, there
Because you
is
have
like
Last Airbender that's like the anime style,
yeah,
but it's not anime. It's made in America.
that's true.
beautiful.
It's just like
So
a weird like thing because that is one show. I'm like, yeah, I want to watch that in dubbed, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like watching anime, like normal anime
Ugh.
in dubbed. Yeah, that's like get that out of my
It's so
get that out of
right.
here. You don't watch it in dubbed. So Pokemon's weird. But anyways, Dragon
Yep.
Ball, Pokemon.
Well, it was like casual stuff like that. I'd say like the first good one that I watched was probably Full Metal Alchemist. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
good.
Seen
I
that.
want to get into that so bad. It looks
It's good.
So good.
It's really
Yeah.
fun. It can get a little bit like heavy, but I feel like a lot of them get really heavy, but they're
They
also
all do.
really like
Oh, yeah.
lighthearted and fun the whole time.
Uh-huh.
That's like one big appeal that it has to me.
Yeah, it's not like so grounded and boring, but it's also
Right.
not like
Yeah.
so
Intense.
disconnected, like from reality that you
Right.
don't feel anything.
Yeah, no, it's almost all the animes I've seen I can recommend to someone else.
Yeah.
Unless it's really weird. But like,
have you watched any weird anime? Not anything like, we don't need to know anything like crazy, but have you watched anything weird?
I honestly I honestly won't watch something. I'm really like a casual
Right.
okay.
Anime.
So you watch what you're recommended.
Yeah. It's very
You
much
watch
like
what's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there have been things I can't think of like anything specifically off the top of my head, but there have been things where I've started it and I'm like, yeah, this is not for me.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like what? Can you recall any?
I honestly can't.
Because I've had those before.
Ray, did you watch that?
I have my
anime
list pulled
with
up
the
right
girls who play like, or they
Yes.
fight with their butts.
Yes.
Have you watched it all?
No.
Just the first episode.
That was
You
one.
dipped?
I watched 2 episodes and I was like, no, bro, I can't do
Here's
it.
the thing. Here's the
What's
thing.
it
I feel
called?
like the most episodes of anime or most shows of any TV show, like most episodes or the
Yeah.
first episode, always kind of sucks. Like
It depends.
Like-
it
pilots,
can
yeah.
be
I think
good. It
SAO
can
is
be
an exception.
good. It can be good, but like the second episode, that's where you like, okay,
You're
I
like
get
invested. That's where
Yeah,
you get
you either get in or
feeling,
you
yeah.
get out because after
So-
that you can't. It doesn't win you back.
So we were talking about that show. I don't know if you've heard of the show. I can't remember the name, but it's like not a familiar name.
Boku no Pico.
Boku no Pico. You know what that is?
Nope.
Don't look it up.
Don't look it up. That's the joke.
That's the joke. Don't look it up.
So
Anyways.
anyone at home, like we're saying, don't look it up. Like, but we're not trying to bait you. We don't want you to actually look it up for your sake.
All right, I'll take the bait.
I'll take
all right, I'll bite. What's Boku no Pico? Okay,
Google
but-
Siri. What is?
when that we were just explaining this anime, I forget what it's called, but it's some anime is way too out there.
Yeah.
And this one is they fight on a boat. It's 2 girls. It's a sport.
Cool.
It's a sport like any other sport, like basketball, volleyball, whatever.
All right.
And they're on a small raft
All right.
/ boat.
Yeah.
I can
And
dig.
they-
All right. What?
They push each other off the boat with their ass, their tits.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Wow.
Yeah. No, that's the whole show.
it? Can you use hands?
Braden's
Use
final
the-
rating
use the
7
head?
out of 10.
No. Anyways, I feel like when other people who have not seen anime before, I feel like when they load up any anime, no matter how grounded it is,
That's
that's
the
what
one they
they
get.
see. No, that's what they see. They're like,
Yeah.
what is this shit I'm watching?
These
here?"
are
Yeah.
This is the type of anime that gives anime a bad name.
exactly.
Yeah, well, here's the thing:
doing
every
it.
anime has one episode in the season
Yeah.
that someone will walk in during. It'll always be just one episode. There will be a 30-second scene where a girl takes off like her dress or something. She's still wearing underwear, but then that's when someone walks in.
Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck you watching?" You're like, dude, it's not all like this. Like, oh, Dad, please get out. It's fine.
And it's like a weird phenomenon because my dad he's walked in on one of those parts. I'm like, this is fine. The show is fine. It was like Blue Exorcist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like a good show. Like it's a funny
What
show.
if you just like walking is like, shit, Brandon, are you watching Blue Exorcist? Love that
Without
show.
me,
That'd be badass.
that'd be amazing.
But there have been other scenes that like my friends' parents, they've walked in on them. Like they're just there's like SAO.
Yeah,
In some
there's
parts.
like one scene.
There's like 1.5 scenes and like his dad walked in. He was like, "What is this shit you're watching?" He's like, "Dad, stop."
Dad, I can explain.
Oh yikes!
Dude, anime's it's a different.
It's
world, I don't
bonkers,
know.
man.
It
It's
is.
yeah.
I watched Spirited Away.
Ooh.
That's what I watched
Yeah,
the
like
other day.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, I like some of the Miyazaki movies. Those are just like they're really like pleasant.
Yeah,
as far as like
they're
animation and
amazing.
stuff. Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
I was-
Those are beautiful.
I was
Seriously.
blown away. Yeah, I was.
So do you
absolutely-
like anime movies? Like is that
Like,
a
I
genre?
like-
It's like a weird genre. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Lupin the Third. Those are like the ones off the top of my head that I can
Yeah.
think of.
Have you seen Your Name?
Uh-uh.
Your Name.
I have
That's
not.
That's a beautiful movie.
Yeah,
I still
looked
gotta
at
see
it.
that
I
one.
need to see
It's
that
so
as
good.
well.
good.
It's really good.
I'll have to get it.
Have you ever seen?
Yeah, Sean Richardson has it on disc.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, I didn't know they made it on disc.
Yeah, they do make a lot of those anime
Which is-
movies.
which is
you just
weird,
go to
but-
FYE and you pick them up.
Oh yeah, they have
cool.
them all.
But yeah.
Do you have you ever seen Princess Mononoke?
Oh, I
Oh,
have.
that's
Oh,
classic.
yeah.
That one's classic.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. How was your Ryan? How was your experience with Spirited Away?
So good, dude. I was having such a good time. I was just like so happy. and like the music was so good, and the animation, I was so blown away. Like 2001, it came out in 2001, and it's like you look at what we made as far as like animated films in 2001. And just for example, a little earlier, but I believe Toy Story 2 was like 1999, or maybe it was 2001 or something. But you look
Toy
at
Story 2 was?
I want to say maybe I think Toy Story 1 was
I'll fact check it.
1997 or 1996.
Whoa.
But I mean, you look at those movies and they're good, they're great because they're well written and performed.
Yeah.
But like, and it's no fault to the CG because what they did at the time was amazing. But it's like it's dated now.
Yes.
If you look at Princess Mononoke, even Grave of Fireflies, which was like 19
That movie
forever ago.
1989, if I'm correct.
I thought it was That
movie's heavy.
It just goes to show that 2D animation.
But 2D animation
hold up.
is going to be timeless. Just like we don't watch those old Cinderella movies anymore.
No.
But if you turned them on, they'd look pretty good.
Yeah.
For being made that long ago, relatively versus if like a
CG needs work, but that old 2D is still.
Which Sean and I had a really long talk about this the other day because we were talking about like the new Lion King movie.
Yeah,
because they're doing a live action remake.
Oh God!
But there's no animals, so it's not really live action. It's
just
CG. And so you see the trailers, and it's like a shot by shot remake essentially from what it's showing.
Yeah.
And it's like it already kind of looks weird because just animals speaking English looks weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't give animals expressions without them looking like terrifying.
Yeah. And
without them
the CG Sonic.
Yeah, it's going to be like the CG Sonic. But here's the thing, I love the CG Pikachu. I think Detective Pikachu
looks awesome.
That goes hard. Yeah, that's so cute.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I know.
I saw that tweet where I was like, I can't wait for people to edit Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds' voice from Deadpool. Like just him saying just crazy shit.
Pika, Pika.
But like but I'm just saying like 2D animation is never going to really look that dated compared to like CG.
It holds up
because even this
better
Lion
than
King
CG.
movie is going to probably look like shit either this year or in 5 years. In 10 years, it's going to look awful.
Yes.
In 20 years, no one's going to ever watch it. They're going to be remaking it again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Doing like VR or whatever is going to be huge.
You are there in the savannah.
Yeah, augmented reality. You are Simba.
You are Simba.
You watch your dad die.
Oh shoot.
Man.
I think that's mostly it for this one. Before we hop off, we're all going to recommend a movie. Starting with Ryan.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because I feel like I've gotten this once or twice that someone will ask me, they're like, I listen to the podcast and I wish you talked more about this.
Right.
So
People
recommend
wait, you've heard people want us to talk about movies more?
not necessarily movies, but they're like, you talked about this, but what do I watch or what do I do with X? You know, so like, if Ryan, if you were going to recommend 1 or 2 movies,
I would say one really good movie that's really easy to watch and I think shows a lot of skill in filmmaking as well as just like anyone could watch it and really have a good time. I think it's La La Land.
Okay,
That's like one of my top picks and my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Okay,
And then my second would be probably Grand Budapest Hotel. Just because of how delightful that movie is.
Huh.
Yes.
Like, I think, and it's so weird and quirky that I feel like anyone could really identify with it because they're like, I like this because it's so different.
Yeah.
So those would be my two movies. But what about you, Sean?
I would recommend anything by Lynn Ramsey. She's done You Were Never Really Here, We Need to Talk About Kevin, and my personal favorite, Ratcatcher. That'd probably be the one that I recommend is Ratcatcher. It's like
I haven't seen those either.
Yeah, I don't know. It's more like it's kind of like, it's definitely like an indie film.
Yes.
Like, so it's nothing really big. I think like, yeah. But anyway, look it up, watch it. Again, it's Ratcatcher by Lynn Ramsey.
Yeah.
That one is
Dax?
good.
Ooh, the one that I would recommend, I actually just borrowed it from Ryan
Okay.
the other day. What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
That was damn fun.
That is the funnest movie of all time.
It sounds scary.
It's a mockumentary about New Zealand vampires living in modern day New Zealand.
Oh,
Okay.
It's damn funny.
It's so funny, and it's the same guy who did Thor Ragnarok. Like he voices the big rock man Korg,
Oh yeah,
the guy with
yeah.
like the dumb voice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's because he's from New Zealand,
Oh, that's funny.
and so he directed that one, and that is like the funniest movie ever.
Yeah. No, that one's awesome. And then I would say my other one would be Django Unchained. I know we kind of talked a lot about Tarantino movies
we've
and
talked
stuff
about
today,
Django.
but
Oh, yeah.
Django, hell yeah, give it a watch if you haven't,
just as
or watch it
amazing.
again.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
That's fire.
Bray, you can vote. You can put like an anime movie in.
I'm probably gonna put Bolt 2 in because you
Hell yeah.
guys got the normal movies covered, but
Okay.
for my weeaboos out there, I gotta have their back.
My weebs, my weebs. Let me hear you
brothers.
scream.
I know for a fact no one will ask me to share an anime movie, but this is my podcast. This is our podcast, and I'm going to do it anyway. So, Your Name, super good. I cried,
Yes.
and A Silent Voice, or the sound. It has like
The Sound of Silence.
the sound. No, not the sound. Well, it's weird because like it has like two names. It's A Silent
'cause
Voice.
it's-
If you look up
yeah.
A Silent Voice, you'll find it.
Silent
That one,
Voice
I cried harder. Anyways, those are good movies.
Hell yeah, dude.
And,
Yeah, I think that's it for this episode.
It is. Dax, thank you for
Thank you
joining
so much,
us.
dude.
Thank you guys for having
Yeah,
me.
for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.